Yoga. I am Grace. So happy you're here. We'll be practicing a floor flow today. Nice hatha floor flow. And knowing that as we move through this flow, our intention is always sacred embodiment. Ecstatic yoga, sacred embodiment. I'm going to turn that music down just a little. Perfect. So we'll be practicing being fully present in our bodies, fully present to our own self, and not just the physical body, the energy body, our pranamaya kosha and our manamaya kosha. Those will be our focus today. So let's begin gently and kindly closing your eyes. And begin to breathe into the belly, the lower belly. Filling that lower abdomen with prana and life force as we trigger that parasympathetic nervous system. Connecting to the earth, feeling where your body's connected to the earth, really acknowledging that connection, that support for your physical body on the earth plane. Taking a moment to scan the inner being, the insides, the energy within, the aliveness within, the emotions that are occurring within. Just noticing as a neutral observer, witnessing without judgment, all that's going on inside of us. As we keep that breath in the belly. And taking this moment to set an intention for yourself. Set it firmly in your consciousness, in the positive, in the present moment. And coming into your body, we're going to move into a few warm-ups. And throughout this practice, anytime that you need to stop a pose, or if you want to hold a pose longer, you're always invited to do so. And we will be engaging our bandhas through some of the poses, and bandhas are energy seals or energy locks. We have our Mula Bandha, which is our pelvic floor. And so we're going to engage that and lift that up a little, just feeling that lift of the pelvic floor, gentle engagement. And then our Uddiyana Bandha is also a gentle engagement with the belly coming in and upward into an upward motion. Jarandala Bandha, the chin comes in a little bit, just a tiny, and the tongue is on the roof of the mouth. And as we hold those three engagements, we seal in and don't let any energy leak. So we're not losing energy as we're building the prana and the vitality and the life force within us. So we become more and more embodied in this sacred temple. And so let's begin with our neck. Let's begin moving our neck, maybe making some neck rolls, nice and gentle. And noticing the sensations in your body, in your neck. Any spot that seems a little, some extra sensation, you can always just massage that spot. Just rocking back and forth a little bit. This is your practice. Just enjoying being present in your neck. Allowing yourself to truly bask in those sensations. How beautiful it is to be fully present in the body. And let's moving the neck rolls in the other direction. Fully present to sensation. Making any little spontaneous movements with your neck that feel good. Keeping that breath flowing. And coming back to center, let's make some circles. Pelvic circles around. Bring that torso around the pelvis. And noticing sensations, feeling all the sensations fully, enjoying being present in your body, keeping the breath flowing. In the other direction now. Relaxing the neck. And making any spontaneous movements here if you need. Just moving that torso. Getting the shoulders into it a little bit. The head. Just moving in your body. This upper torso. Let's move into some cat-cows. Seated cat-cows. You feel that back around. And in your cow, you can arch that back, open the chest, bring the shoulders back, slight gaze upward. I like to inhale into my cow and exhale into cat. Flexion and extension of the spine. Finding your pace, fully engaged in all the beautiful sensations. And coming back to center. Beautiful job. I'm going to move into Baddha Konasana, bringing the feet together. This is butterfly. You can bring your hands around the feet, and you can begin to flap those wings, those butterfly wings, flapping those knees and legs, finding a nice pace for yourself, feeling the spine straight, that Mula Bandha gently engaged, all those bandhas engaged, and breathe. And slowing down. And we're going to inhale as you lengthen that spine up towards the sky. And then exhale, hinging at the hips forward. Pressing those knees and those legs down towards the earth the best you can. Finding that nice forward hinge. Feel that hip opener, both hips. Find that edge, and let's just take a few breaths here, basking in the sensations, in the nectar. Maybe see if you can hinge a little deeper in your hips and take one more deep breath. Beautiful. Gently coming up. All right, we're going to go into single leg forward fold. So we're going to extend out that left leg, bring the right leg in, rest it in towards the thigh. Inhale as you lengthen the spine. Exhale, hinging at the hip. So the only thing that's moving right now is my hip joint. Both hip joints and my lips. And find that edge where your hamstrings will tell you, those back leg muscles will tell you that's probably enough. And just rest here, taking a breath or two here on this edge. With those bandhas gently engaged. See if you can hinge a little deeper in the hip. Not forcing, we always just play our edge. And taking a couple more breaths in. You can reach your foot, you can give your foot a little massage. Knowing you are massaging a very holy foot. Treating our body as that body temple, that sacred, divine temple. And on your next inhale, coming up. So the body is this sacred temple. Extend the right leg out, bring the left leg in towards the thigh. And what makes it sacred, what makes it holy, this body, is the divine awareness that is animating through it, that which is aware. So if there is something within you, within your body that is aware, that exists, you can be sure something exists, that is the holiness that is animating through this temple. And so we focus on our identity as that eternal awareness, eternal divine presence that has taken a home inside this temporary physical body. The awareness is far more us than this temporary physical expression. And so our focus of our identity is that sacredness that animates through this body temple. And just like the temples they build, churches and such, those are temporary, and so is the body. But with this body, this awareness, this divine presence, this aliveness, this sacredness that animates through the body is eternal. It exists for all eternity. So inhale, lengthening the spine, and exhale, hinging at your hip. Moving forward to find your gentle edge there. A little bit of effort as you find that edge, a little stretch on the back legs. And taking a nice deep breath on this edge. And seeing if you can hinge a little deeper. Taking a couple deep breaths here on this edge. Fully present. Again, if you like to massage this sacred foot of yours, making sure to do it in a way that honors it as this sacred temple. And gently and kindly coming up. Beautiful job. Let's bring both legs out, kind of flop them around a little bit. Going to a wide leg forward fold. Inhaling, lengthening the spine, and exhaling, hinging forward. Bring your hands down to the earth. Just resting on that edge and taking a couple breaths. And moving over to one side. A nice stretch. Every breath becoming more and more present to the physical body, creating more and more deeper sacred embodiment. Moving over to the other side. Enjoying that sense of stretch. Bringing your awareness into the body. You want to flex and extend the feet a little. Create some new sensation. And then coming back up. And let's move into a seated spinal twist. So my left leg is straight out. I'm going to take the right knee and bend that right knee. And I'm going to take that right foot and put it on the outside of the left leg, creating a little twist in my body. Then I'm going to take this left arm and I'm going to hug that right knee. I'm going to inhale and lengthen the spine, bringing the right hand behind the body, lengthening, and then as I exhale, I'm going to twist and gaze out over that right shoulder. Next inhale, lengthen, and on the exhale, twist. One more breath. job. And coming over, slight little micro twist to the other side. Let's release the right leg, bring that straight out. We'll bring that left knee up. And we're going to take that left leg to the outside of the right leg. And take the right arm and hug that left leg in towards the body. Got a little stretch in here. That's good. And then we're going to take that hand behind us. We're going to inhale and lengthening that spine. And exhaling, we're going to twist and gaze out over the left shoulder. Inhaling, lengthening up. And exhaling, twist. And gently releasing. This little micro twist to the other side, little counter pose. And we're going to come up onto our knees for a moment. We're going to move into our Camel Ustrasana. So up on our knees, hips are right above the knees and hips are aligned. First thing we're going to do before we go into the back bend is we're going to tuck that tailbone under just a little bit. Opening up these lower lumbar spines. So when we go back, we have a lot of space instead of having them crunch. So we're going to bring the hands right here to either side of the lumbar spine, the small of the back. And as we inhale, we're going to lift that chest up. Begin to bring the hips forward a little bit and open the chest up, moving into a nice back bend. Feeling that nice back bend. And this can be your full camel. You can engage those bandhas and begin to breathe. Or you can come up onto your toes and you can bring the hands down to the heels. Or just bring them down to the heels, opening up that chest, engaging the bandhas, bringing those hips back over the knees, and breathe. Head is in line with the spine. We're not dropping the head. One more breath. And bringing the hands back up, coming into a nice child's pose. You can open those knees and relax into your child's pose. Resting the head on the earth. Letting everything go and going within for a few breaths. Feeling a deep connection to the self. This eternal self. And coming up into a table. Knees are under the hips. Wrists are under the shoulders. Moving into our cow as we arch that back, stick the tailbone up and bring the head and the heart open. Inhaling into cow. And then exhaling into your cat as you tuck that tailbone under, round that back like a big Halloween cat. And then allow the head to look in towards the thighs and belly. And moving back and forth in cat-cow at your own pace. Fully present to sensation. Basking in the nectar. Basking in sensation. And the next time you are in your cat, bring those hips back a little bit towards the feet. Feel that nice stretch in the low back. And begin to make some circles. Bring them all the way back and up a little bit. Circling those hips around. Noticing sensations. And moving in the other direction. And beginning to just move spontaneously in your table or your cat-cow. Seeing what the body wants to feel. Keeping that breath flowing, fully present to the body and sensation. And eventually we're going to come back so we're seated with our legs out in front. And we're going to move into balancing bear first and then our boat. So with balancing bear, let's just do one leg at a time first. We can hold the outside of the feet. And let's keep one heel down and just extend the other leg out. And feel that nice stretch. We don't want to lock the knees so much, but open them up enough so that they're straight enough we can feel a nice stretch. You can move it around a little bit, noticing the different sensations. Pulling it towards yourself a little, and away. Beautiful. And let's go to the other side. Opening up that leg and moving it around and finding the nice sensations for yourself. Bandhas are gently engaged and we're breathing into the belly. Basking in the sensations. And then releasing that leg down. Then we're going to balance on these sits bones. We're going to move a little back onto our sacrum. Bring both heels up. Hands are wrapped around the outer edges of the feet. And we're going to open up the legs. Straighten them both up together into a balancing bear. Now, if this is too much, you can just continue to go one leg at a time. Find a drishti, a spot in front of you that you can gaze at to help with your balance. And we'll take a couple breaths here, gauging those bandhas. One more breath. And releasing down. Let's move into our boat now. So I'm going to guide you into a half boat, and then invite you, if you like, to move a little further into a full boat. So again, we're balancing. Our foundation is the sits bones, the sacrum. That's where we're connected to the earth. We got our heels on the earth now too, but that's going to change. So feeling that nice balance back here on the sits bones and the sacrum. And we're going to bring those legs up so the calves are parallel to the floor. And you can bring your hands right here behind your knees, on the upper part of your hamstrings, the lower. Resting here can be your full boat. Then if you'd like to challenge yourself a little more, we're going to straighten the legs as the back comes back and we're into a V. Arms beside you. And find that drishti, that point in front of you can gaze at. And breathe. Shake, it's okay. One more breath. Beautiful. Moving back into your half boat. And coming down. Beautiful. Let's come to the front of the mat. We're going to move into some spinal rocks. If you don't have a lot of cushion, just come gently down onto your back. Just come down, just gently down onto your back. But if you're able to move into some spinal rocks, that nice gentle massage. Keeping that breath flowing. And then resting on our back. And let's just take those knees into the chest and give them a nice hug. Rocking back and forth. Just staying on the floor today. Time. Beautiful. And let's bring the knees up. Let's move into our supine pigeon. We're going to take the right ankle and rest it on the left knee. Left knee is up. Bring that left leg in towards the body. And gently hug that knee in towards the body as you feel a nice opening in the right hip. And breathe. One more breath. And releasing the leg. We'll go to the other side. Right knee is up. We'll take the left ankle rested on the right knee. Bring that right leg up. Clasp those hands behind the right hamstring. And pulling it in towards the body. Nice and gently, feeling a nice opening on the left hip. Engage those bandhas and breathe. Basking in your own nectar. And releasing that leg, bringing both feet flat on the floor, knees are up. Let's move into our bridge. And so we're going to move into a couple half bridges to warm up the back, pressing into the feet. Arms are alongside you right now, just resting, and just lift those hips up halfway. And allow the body just to suspend as you breathe and notice the sensations fully present to the body. And on your next exhale, nice and slowly coming down one vertebrae at a time from those upper thoracic vertebrae all the way to the lower, and then the lumbar, and feel the sacrum and the tailbone relax. And pressing into the feet, lifting the hips, halfway again, taking a couple breaths here, noticing sensation. And on your next exhale, coming down like that string of pearls, massaging that spinal column, all those vertebrae. And relaxing the tailbone, the sacrum. So next time, pressing into the feet, we're going to lift the hips and we're going to arch the back up. We're going to come up onto our shoulders, clasp our hands underneath us. We're going to make sure those knees stay hip width apart. They don't spread out. Imagine it holding a block. Feel that nice arch in the back. Engage those bandhas and breathe into your full bridge. One more nice deep breath into your bridge. See if you can lift up a little higher. And on your exhale, releasing the hands, releasing those shoulders, releasing that back and coming down one vertebrae at a time. All the way down. Feel again that sacrum and that tailbone relax, and then bring those knees into the chest. Nice counter pose for bridge, back bend, and rocking back and forth. Beautiful job. Let's bring those legs straight out, and we're going to move into a supine spinal twist. So let's have the left leg straight out. The right knee is bent with the right foot on the mat. And we're going to come up a little inch onto that left side. And then taking that right knee over to the left hand gently guiding the right knee over. Take that right arm out 90 degrees, and we're going to turn the head to gaze out over the right extended fingertips. And taking a few deep breaths as you relax deeply into this beautiful twist, fully present to the body, the energy body, emotional body. Couple more breaths, basking in sensation, basking in presence. And releasing the knee, releasing the leg, coming back so you're flat on your back. We're going to take the right leg straight out. Come up a little bit onto that right side just to keep that spine neutral. We're going to take the left knee over to the right hand gently guiding that left knee over. And then the left arm is going to come out 90 degrees, and we're going to turn the head to gaze out over the left fingertips. And bask in this nice deep twist and all the beautiful sensations, fully present. And breathe. Deep flowing breaths, nice ecstatic breaths. Couple more breaths. And releasing the knee and coming back to center. And let's bring those knees back into the chest and rock around, roll around a little on your back. And releasing those legs and bringing them so they're nice and straight up. And you can bring your hands behind the hamstrings, thighs, and pull those legs in towards you. Noticing all those beautiful sensations and breathing into this. And then bringing the legs so they're straight up. And they're nice inversion with the legs straight up. So you can stay here for your inversion, or if you'd like to move into half shoulder stand with me, I invite you to do that. As we lift the hips up, bring the hands to the small of the back. Feet are right up in front of the face. As I look up, I see my feet. And breathing into this nice inversion, half shoulder stand. And let's bring one foot, tap down to the earth. They're as close as you can get. Wherever you are, honor that. And the other leg. Beautiful. And let's hinge over into plow. I like to keep my legs parallel to the floor. Protect this low back. But if your feet naturally and you're flexible enough that they just comfortably and naturally come to the floor, please allow them to come. And breathe. And bring those knees into the chest. Nice and slowly rolling down. We're going to move into our fish. So extending the legs out. Hands, our palms down on the earth. And we're going to bring those hands underneath the buttocks. Tuck those elbows into the body, the arms into the body. Nice and snug and cozy close. Pressing into those elbows, lifting that chest and the head up off the mat. Relaxing the head and gently bringing it down. And engage those buns and breathe. One more nice deep breath. And coming out, pressing into the elbows, lifting that heart, that chest, the head, straightening everything out and coming back. So you're on your back, releasing the palms, the hands from underneath the buttocks and bringing those knees into the chest. Rocking back and forth. And then bringing those feet up so they're facing the sky. The soles of the feet are facing the sky. Opening the knees up so the knees are wide. And then just gently pulling those knees down in towards the armpits, into our happy baby. Feeling that lumbar spine resting on the earth. Engaging those bandhas, and let's breathe here. Fully present to the aliveness, the sacredness animating through us. And awareness. And you can continue here in baby, or you can move into happy baby, just kicking the feet around and rolling around. It's our last pose before we move into some releases in Savasana. Just enjoying being in your body. We begin to prepare for our releases. We're going to have the feet flat on the mat with the knees up, feet are hip width apart, and we're going to move into our hula. So we're going to keep that sacrum and the back flat on the mat, the earth, and we're going to feel the hips swivel. So we'll take one hip and it'll come up towards the armpit. The opposite hip is dropping down towards the heel, and then swivel to the other side. One hip is coming up towards the armpit while the other is coming down towards the heel while the sacrum is flat on the earth. So feel that swiveling in our hula. Fully present to sensations, keeping that breath flowing in the belly. And coming back to center, we move into hip pointers. So we're going to lift one butt cheek up off the mat to point that hip up towards the sky. Other butt cheek is rooted into the earth, and then relaxing it down. Going to the other side, pointing those hips up towards the sky. Little diagonal. Feeling a little twist of release in the low back. Enjoying this release. Nice, slow, repetitive movements, fully present to the aliveness within you, physical body. And coming back to center, we move into some cat-cow on the mat. So as you move into cat, you're going to feel the small of the back press into the earth, the tailbone tucks under. As you move into your cow, you're going to feel that lumbar spine press up off the mat. Even if your back doesn't press up off the mat, the spine does, the lumbar, lower spine. Flexion and extension of the spine, moving at your own pace, your own rhythm. Breathing, fully present. Diving into the being, the sacredness. Coming back to center, we're going to walk those feet out to the wide edges of the mat. Knees are up. Drop one knee at a time into the center. Single knee drop. Noticing sensation. Basking in that ecstatic rapture that is you. Coming back to center, keeping those knees up. We're going to walk the feet back together and drop both knees over to one side. Lift that top knee up, that top leg, and start bringing it over to the other side. And allow the bottom leg to follow. So they're both stacked over to the other side. And lifting the top knee up. Bringing it over to the other side. Letting the bottom follow. Finding your pace. Fully present. And coming back to center. Let's bring those knees into the chest and rock back and forth. And final release. And relax those legs down. Just surrendering the body into the earth. Allowing yourself to completely relax. Even allowing the mind, the nervous system, the brain, the spinal column to completely relax. And find a sense of stillness. Taking some breaths into that belly as you come back. Wiggling the fingers and toes, stretching out the body. And how far you can stretch out, and then relaxing and rolling over to one side or the other. And then gently coming up to a seated position. Closing the eyes. Checking in again, scanning the being. Notice the inner universe, the spaciousness, the aliveness, whatever's there. Bringing yourself back to that intention you set, beginning a practice. We conclude with Namaste prayer. I honor the place in you in which the entire universe dwells. I honor the place in you which is of love, of light, of truth, and of peace. When I am in that place in me, and you are in that place in you, we are one. Namaste. Thank you for joining for Ecstatic Yoga. I will be back with a 10-minute mindfulness meditation. Please join us and check out our website. Please like our videos. Wishing you a beautiful and blessed day.